I've done a lot of odd jobs here, but this one, we're gonna bend up a custom sissy bar. They're really fun, really easy to do. And you get a lot of that that old school style to it, right? We're not gonna get too crazy and carried away on the measurements and stuff. We're literally just gonna throw some stuff in there, say that looks pretty good, make some bends, weld it together. Easy day. Do that.
What do we usually do? We usually come up on an angle, right, from there, from here to here.
We usually say wherever the hell you want it is where I'm gonna bend it and stick it.
So that means it's already kind of on an angle.
Mm-hmm.
And then we usually put a little kick on the top. Right?
Sometimes.
We could probably do a little kick here and a little kick on the top.
I mean, once I get it bent up, I mean, we can.
Once you get it bent up, then we can kind of see where we need to start with that.
I mean, I'll start with the struts first, but well, after I get that on there, then we'll put the struts on and.
I'll get Steve to put some tubing on here so
Yeah.
you can get the tire to cover flames.
Ain't no biggie.
Should be easy.
We're done in 10 minutes.
Yeah, 15 max.
Yeah.
Huh?
So it's probably about as good as we're gonna get.
No, I can do more.
Very hot.
No, it's cold.
I mean, if you can,
Yeah,
it
no
would
problem.
help. So probably about there. Ish.
Yeah.
He's gotten a bottom now. He said he never had.
I was coming off with even with the bottom of the swing arm and the hook. Right in the center of the swing.
Y'all can be hardcore, but are you Steve hardcore? Ready for me?
Yep.
All right. Ready?
Yep.
You are clear. Got 150 amps on tap. I'm full throttle right now. And I am just pumping a bunch of filler in here. Lots and lots of it. See if we can wrap these corners a little. If I'm not mistaken, the machine I'm on right now is a Lincoln 225, Precision TIG 225, one of them old school transformers. Not super old school, but pretty old nonetheless. This is the Summer of Welding giveaway grand prize, a Prime Weld TIG 225, Prime Weld MIG 180, and a Prime Weld Cut 50 plasma cutter. Last video, the person didn't answer the phone, so I've got another number that we're gonna call, and actually this is like the 7th person that we've actually had to draw, because a lot of people didn't have their phone numbers on their accounts, so they missed out as well. So I'm hoping this person answers. Like, I don't know what we're gonna do if they don't.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record
You
your
gotta
message.
be kidding me.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Oh.
The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message.
All I want to do is give these away. Nobody wants welders. We have drawn a grand total of 9 winners for this contest, and Either some didn't have their phone number in there, and the other 3 that we've called so far have not answered the phone.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
I really don't know what to do at this point. So these bolted there, and we find out what angle we're going to want them at. Bolt another little bung to the fender, and we'll take some bar, bend it on our angles. This one obviously has to have a pretty big dog leg coming over and then up. I mean, it won't be like sharp, it'll just be like smooth. Well, what angle you want?
Classically, it's 90 degrees to the swing arm.
Right.
Know what I mean?
Yep. Where's your, you want to eyeball it or just use the square? God damn, you're good.
Okay.
I get to be a helper.
Well, I just don't want to drill a hole in the fire.
Why not?
You know.
Where's your sense of adventure? May I help?
Loosen up the axle adjuster on that side.
I wish I could tell people how many years of experience it takes to get that right. This is 1/2 inch. Let's start about there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
There isn't really an exact science to this. You just kind of got to feel it out. Little acetylene. Like that? Fire. So Rhodes buds are nice because they get a lot of work done in a short amount of time. Unfortunately, this piece is hot rolled instead of cold rolled. I should have specified. So I'm kind of eyeballing this to go to maybe 45-ish degrees. What I really want to do is make sure it bends in the right places. So wherever I'm adding heat, that's where it's going to want to bend at. And you just kind of play with it. I don't want it to fold. Whoops. Okay. Need a little more. I'm camera shy. Can you hold that? So it probably doesn't show here, but yeah, I'm gonna need a little bit more. I think I'm gonna go a little bit higher, so that way it's a little more gradual of a radius. Oh yeah. I probably should put my gloves on, but you know. So at this point, if I could see that it's kind of kicking out that way, so if it's overbent, then I know that when I put my other bend somewhere in this area here, that angle outward, when I straighten it up, would be the angle upward here. It's hard to explain, but we're gonna go probably about here. A little more heat. And on this one, I want to match the angle of that one down there. But this one's going to have to be really tight.
Bucket.
No, we're good.
We'll look a bucket for you if you want it.
Nope, I can go a little bit more. Or actually with this way, I think I'll loosen this one up a little bit. And that'll come in at an angle, or do you want this to go like perfectly straight up?
I like it just like that because that starts your
That'll-
alignment for the point.
Yep. All right.
That's cool. Leave it lay.
Well, woohoo. What kind of magic solution you got in there, Steve?
Mostly WD-40.
Mostly WD. That's going to be a pleasure to weld.
Go.
We're going to go a little high, and then I can really massage
Dress
that
it
in.
shape.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm going to start with the bottom. And make sure that it's, it's not wonky. It's got to be straight. Okay, so this first one establishes the angle that it's going to rest at, so it's a little sideways. And I want to put a little bit of a groove in it, just that way it'll match the radius a lot better. So after that first tack, that's my chance to really check this and kind of scrutinize it. And I don't like it. Which means I got to get in the way of the camera. All right, one down, one to go. So I obviously want both sides to kind of match.
Kind of, sort of.
So we're gonna use the same point to mark and clamp in the vise as this side. And obviously this is not gonna need to be an extreme bend at all. Get that fire. Yeah. I see you smiling. Don't lie. Woo. Oh. There we go. More fire. You feel that? Woo. Yeah, now we're burning. My acetylene pressure was low, my line pressure. Okay, a little bit of pressure pulling on it, not a lot. That's kind of the key here. You don't want a lot of pressure or a lot of tension on it or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to try to centralize it right here just so we can keep it really tight. And this one doesn't need a whole heck of a lot, just a little. Steve, would you mind holding that?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, so here it's perfectly perpendicular. We don't really want that. So what we want to do is get it just a little bit more bend so that way it kicks out a little bit. And again, just like last time, when we bend it back the other way, that will straighten this out. And I'm pretty sure that it's still hot enough to where I can just give it a little kick because it doesn't need a whole lot. Beauty. So when we bend it back now, Again, I'm going to try and cheat. Say that's about where I want it to go. But a wise man once taught me you only look at one side of the bike at a time. So if they're not perfect, it's really okay. But we do our best to try and get it just right. So a little bit of heat. Want to eyeball me, Steve? Give me the okay on that one.
Yes.
Good?
Yeah.
Pachoo! Well, I was hoping it'd be a little bit more, yeah, more bubbly and more exciting. I guess not. Yep. We're gonna go about there, and we'll cut this one off. Let me get this top situated first. If I get the top set just right, then usually the bottom will hopefully just drop itself right into place. Just for fun, let's see how close I was. Come on over here, Q. Look at that. Both my bends in the exact same spot. So different angles, obviously, but both of the points where they start to bend are the same, which that's going to make it look pretty damn good on the back. See if you can back up a little bit there so you can see both sides. Watch that vise, it's going to be hot. Yeah, what do you think? Look good? You sure? All right. Okay, so the rest of this is going to be used for the whole sissy bar. It's like 54-ish inches, so we're going to start with half of it, about 27. I need to make sure that the halfway point's pretty visible on here. Now, I was told that we want a radius around the top, and we just, as Steve put it, it's a beer can radius, so that's roughly 3 inches, so the circumference of that is what, like 9.5 or so, and I want like a quarter of that because we're only bending like roughly halfway, not even that. So a quarter of that is roughly 2 3/8. So at 2 3/8, that's going to be my starting point of where I want to clamp it in the vise. So I'm basically going to clamp it right here, start heating and working this over, and I think I want another notch or another mark, a little tick right about there. So I'll know where to start, where is halfway, and where to stop. So if I clamp it here, slowly start working it around. If you want to go that tight,
Yeah.
that's less than a beer can.
Huh?
That's less than a beer
smaller
can.
than a beer can, yeah.
All right.
But with the narrowness of that fender, I think it'll look a little better.
I think it'd be better if it was tighter, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What size is that, 2 inch?
I think it's 2 inch.
That's 1 3/4.
Okay.
So we'll just take about, I don't know what, half of that off then. So forget about these lines. We'll just go with those 3 there. I'll show my camera.
Yeah.
So start bending there. That's my halfway. Stop bending there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got my start mark here, center there, end mark there. We're just gonna go right down the middle.
Start in the middle and work your way out.
No, I'm starting from the bottom or the start point. So I can better control the heat. Now up.
I used to put the pipe in the vise and start in the middle and work out and wrap right around.
Yeah, the only thing I don't really like when I do that is that if I don't have it just right, it tends to slip. So right now the bottom's getting cherry and I can bend it pretty easy. So really this just takes a whole lot of eyeballing and some practice, experience. You'll get it right eventually.
I used to tack it like that flat, bike lift. I would tack one end of the bar and tack the pipe down and then wrap.
So what I'm paying attention to is the areas that are bending. So if I'm seeing one area is bending a little bit more than the other, then I'll put the heat on the area that I want it to bend. I get it pretty cherry. What I don't want, I want a radius here, not a fold in the middle of it. So, and even if we don't get it bent perfectly, as in, if it's not, see, we need a little bit more there. I came too wide on it. So if it's not, it doesn't have to be bent like perfectly down the middle, because we got legs to work with here. We don't want it to twist, so we gotta be really careful about that. Need a little bit more on the bottom. Let's see if I can widen out the top section here, because I don't want it to fold, remember. So I'm noticing that this has more radius and this is a little tighter. So I want to bring this one in. Right now I'm just trying to straighten it a little bit. Okay, a lot of heat's got to go right here. And I mean a lot. That way I can get this side to come in radius just a little bit. I'm pulling downward. There we go. I think what I'll do is loosen this one back up. So I just loosened that one back up a little bit, and that's so I can get this either get this one to come around a little bit more radius to it, which I'll heat up a little bit lower. I just want to try to make the two sides match. See how that one loosened up a little bit? Got a little bit more gradual radius out of it, just a tiny bit. Steve was mentioning, you know, you could wrap it around a tube or something like that, and absolutely it does work. I personally just like to freehand it a little bit. So, let me make sure that's straight, which it appears to be. So that's definitely not enough to go all the way around the fender, but if I can put it up there and see where it's at for right now, then that'll tell me where else I want to start bending. If I want to go, you know, which way. Maybe we want to put a leg here, I don't know, we'll see. But also, how high we got to go with it, that also changes everything. I'm still less climactic. Hey, where's that tube? Oh, so close. So
Pretty
close.
close, yeah.
All right, how high?
What we got there?
Oh, no way.
Huh? That's all we got. That's all you can make it.
Yeah, that's it.
Just use that what it is.
I'm just doing the old manual flex here.
We going without heat?
Yeah, a little bit. I'll have to put some heat in it, but yeah, this is gonna have to be loosened up. So this section on the bottom is a little too tight. I'm gonna try to reduce it a little bit. What do you think?
Yeah, I was just looking at this. It looks good. Yeah,
Can you hold that for just a second?
yes.
So we need about 7 inches. Oh, I'm very close. Yeah, we're good. If we're good, I ain't messing with it. 'Cause this is gonna contract a little bit. And there it goes. Yeah, it also contracted a little bit, so. Gonna trim that side down unless he wants a crooked sway bar or sissy bar. He doesn't want a crooked?
Go to this one.
So we held dead nuts at the top,
Yep.
26 and a half.
All right, we'll go to that one.
26 and a half.
That's up. It should be even.
You're very trusting man, you know that?
Good. Okay. More? Right there? Yes.
Sure.
Yep.
Okay, both sides need to get cherry. They need to be damn near liquid. Uh-oh. I am not interested in an exploding torch.
It came loose?
Yeah. China.
Only the best.
Heat sink.
Shit, you're right. Sure? All the bubbles. There we go. Nice. Let's put it that way just for fun.
That'd be different.
Yeah, having the kicker go forward.
Are you still centered, Adam? Stand back right in the center. Cool.
All right.
All right, let me hold you straight and you spot it.
Well, let me prep it up for welds. Okay, so I guess I forgot to push record when I was doing the welds, but the whole thing is welded up, except for the insides of it. I still gotta weld the insides of it, but we're gonna put a little diagonal, little doodly bop in the middle of there. And it needs a gradual radius, so I'm just gonna man up on it, or at least we're gonna pretend. I mean, it's only a 1/2 inch cold roll, so. How's that?
I love it.
Maybe a little
Better
bit.
if it was in the middle.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah?
Not bad for a random shot. So actually at this point, since the microphone's dead or whatever, I'll just get some whatever footage I can, and I'll show you what it looks like after it's done. But yeah, that's basically it. But we'll get the after shots and all the fancy stuff, so.
Just squint.
Yeah. The UV in the glasses, that'll take it out.
Yeah.
Mulligan.
Better. Do it.
Okay, so microphone died. It's my phone is almost full of storage, so I couldn't shoot much video on it. The kid looks like he's gonna pass out because it's really hot in here, but we're done.
This is your torch, right?
No, that's yours. hand built in the USA. Hope you guys enjoyed. Maybe you learned something. See you on the next episode.